Get ready for the Terry Podcast, where real conversations meet in the middle. Now, here's your host, Terry. The Terry Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Man, I'm really so excited. I'm so excited. Let me give you guys an applause. And I want to tell you, in the words of Kamala Harris, you better thank a union member. You better thanks a union member. That was a little Kamala Harris humor. Well, look, guys, in this journey with politics, and it can weigh you down, because I've seen so much divisiveness within our community. What can I say, man? Politics should never tear the community down if the community is is on code with what's best for the community. Excuse me. I'm never here for what's best for the politician or, these organizations that we get to come up. They come up on you being emotional, you being symbolic. So let me just say, I do this because I want to, if I can just, I used to hear speakers say this all the time. If I can just catch one of you, I've done my job. I know I'm not going to catch everybody. I already know that. I already know I'm not going to catch all of you. A lot of you are going to be stuck on what you're stuck on. That's where the term comes from. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm not trying to teach an old dog a new trick. That old dog has to come to his or her own understanding. So tonight is another show based upon being black in America. And my question is, why is freedom for a black man illegal? The word freedom, it's illegal for you if you're black. You don't get to have a free thought. That's why, if like when I'm disagreeing with something, nobody ever asks me, hey, why do you feel that way? Black folks don't do that. You ain't voting for such and such? You must be for Trump. Nah, I'm not for Trump. I said throughout this whole debacle, I'm looking for policy. And if you're not offering me policy, then I'm not interested. I got to keep stacking my dough, making decisions and doing what I got to do. So that's just me keeping it 100. But I want to talk about Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan attended an event, and there was a salute to the soldiers, and he stood, but he did not place his hand across his chest, which again causes controversy. It goes all the way back to Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, he kneeled silently and was crucified. He's not in the league today because he kneeled. We can go to I think Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. He was holding his hands in prayer during the national anthem, and he was later pushed out of the NBA. And I mean, if you some of you may know him as Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson played for LSU. Bad boy. I mean, this dude was amazing. And the NBA blackballed him. And it's just so crazy because he stood for within his belief. And we have a belief to pursue whatever your religious belief, whatever you believe, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't have a problem with it. If your faith base is based in ducks, quack, quack. If your belief is based in ducks, quack, quack. Long as you're not hurting anybody. Okay? So he was pushed out the league along with Kaepernick. And it's crazy because the question to me is, why is it a black man cannot be free and even within his thoughts? So we're still on the plantation. I want guys to know that we are still on the plantation. You just not picking the cotton. So when you get freemen, what I call freemen, or free-minded people who are black, the free man is going to always have a problem. But the plantation person is never going to understand why you did that. Some people, well, all he had to do was put his hand over his chest, and it's the national anthem. Man, do you know what that anthem really means? It goes back to say, when has America ever been great for black folks? I'm just asking the question. When has America ever been great for the black man? Now, I can go to Reconstruction, after the Civil War, after slavery was over, black folks in the Carolinas started building. And you know what happened when they started taking over the Republican Party? White folks got together. Hey, look, I know we had that Civil War. The North, you put it on us. By the way, there were black folks, the Black Maroons and the Black Seminoles, who actually helped win that war for the North. They were losing. White folks got together. We can't have these Negroes in charge. So what did they do? They got together and they started pushing black folks out of the Republican Party. They took it over. They took it back from them. They took the power. This is what they always do with us. Even you go back to Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was one of 50 where black folks, when left alone, we're amazingly productive without white America putting their hand in. But we're told that we need them. No, it's the other way around. They need us. And the day we wake up to that is their biggest fear. Because if you look at, I think we had over after slavery, 50,000 patents, thousands of inventions. Again, I spoke about it on my last show. Lewis Latimer wrote the first book on electricity. He did the light bulb. He did the telephone. He did many other inventions. We were the builders of the foundation of America. So when I say my ancestors built this country, the light that's shining on me now, Lewis Latimer wrote the first book on electricity. So this goes deeper than you think. So when we think of the flag, the American flag, it is a symbol of oppression. And people, well, you're in the freest country in the world. You're not for me, for the white man. When the police pulled me over, I got my hands a certain way. When this white guy gets pulled over, I'm trying to think of the comedian. He joked about it. Played Day Day. Mike Epps. Mike Epps said when the police pull over a white man, they get out the car at the same time. What the hell you pull me over for? Stay in the car, Susie. He knows he is free. When we get pulled over, we dealing with, hey, we got liberties. We not free. Hey, look, police about to pull. Everybody put their hand. Anybody got any weed on them? You better do a car check. So it's not free for us. So I want to ask the question. This is the problem I have. We're victims of the American flag and the symbolism of it. So I'm going to read something to you guys. It's what we see America is. Black people hanging from trees, sold into slavery. This is what this flag represents for many of us. Women raped, babies murdered, and not one person has paid the price or repaired black people. We should burn down the system which has its knee on our neck, all while hearing us say, I can't breathe. And you spray us with water, hose us down, release dogs on us, and wonder why we don't recognize your flag as anything other than a symbol of oppression. I have a question. Does a cow not hate the butcher? Does a fly not hate the spider that traps him in the web for his dinner? then how can you think that we love your America, in which we have to live in? We fought for freedom, and you tied others to our suffering, just so you didn't have to recognize our unique plight and own up to what you had done to us. That's why I just told somebody again, black people are sitting right here for America to just correct. Let me correct what was done to black folks. This was free labor. We built universities, banking. The black slave was the first credit card. Slaves were insured. Like right now, England, also in the United States, that after slavery, the slave owners were giving reparations for loss of property. A lot of you guys don't know that. Look it up. They were given, even in England right now, they were given reparations for their loss of property, which was a human being. How do you get reparations? How do you pay somebody reparations for a slave or a person? Let that sink in. That's the America we know. Right now in Britain, and even during America, the slave owner was paid reparations. The Asian was paid reparations. The Indian was paid reparations when he was not originally here. I keep telling people, look up Walter Plecker. Black folks were aboriginal and indigenous to this land. You were reclassified to Negro. So a lot of the Indians that were here, they went into population because they look just like the people. The Indians that you see today are the Mongoloid Indians. They traveled over here through the Bering Straits. They're not original. We are here. You can go, there are travelers who said these people look like Negroes. So I keep saying, how can you think that we think America is great? Because the minute we express our true feelings about America, it becomes what? A problem. But Donald Trump can go out and say anything he wants to say. Anything. Hey, you're not going to vote again. Allegedly, you're not going to vote again. You're not going to do this. You don't have to do that. I can shoot a person right in the middle of Times Square and nobody can do anything to me. Donald Trump is loved by white America because he's the definition. 35 felonies and you get to run for president. If you get one felony while black, you're going to be a warehouse worker for a long time unless you got some hustle to say, let me go get a skilled trade, such as a barber, truck driving, or you just beat the odds. You go to school, you get a degree, you get into the legal system or something professional. It's just harder for us. So it's clear that black folks cannot be free under your America unless we die. And then only in death can our souls become the hurricane that destroys your America. We have to die to be free. And then we still not free. Kobe Bryant, amazing basketball player, human being, just made us all tune into his journey as a basketball player. You know, the minute this man died in a horrible accident along with his daughter, there was a reporter that came on TV and brought up the situation about a alleged rape. And it was found that that young lady had several different guys who had slept with her that night. Let's just say that way to keep it PG, okay? But that white reporter got on national TV before this man's body could get, his remains could get somewhere. This reporter literally made a comment about Kobe Bryant. It's not shocking. As I'm saying, we're not free even in death. We're not free. So let me go to the next subject. there's a movement out called the 4B movement where black women, because of this election, felt like black men are not backing me. Black men ain't listening to me. I tell you what, since you're not listening to me, black man, I'm going to make you pay the price. How you going to make me pay the price? Well, here are the 4Bs. No sex, no babies, no dating, no marriage. Now, this is not being said to Hispanic men, Asian men, Latino men. It's just directed toward black men. I'm going to say this to our black women. With this way of thinking, this is why you don't make it into big rooms of power with men. Because that's an erratic way of thinking. That's not logical at all. I'm going to use what I call the wilderness example. And I'm saying this to our black women. You're out in the wilderness. You need protection. You got to get food. You need shelter, etc. There's a man on that same island, and you just happen to run across him. He's building. He's doing everything. He's built to survive out there. I'm not saying that there are some women who can survive. I'm just saying the nature of a woman. You're not meant to go build a house. You know, you're not meant to get out there and hunt like a man can hunt. Tote and move heavy objects like a man would tote. Wouldn't it be smart of you to say, let me team up with him because I can get more done with him because he's going to go hunt. I just got to cook the food. He's going to go build a hut. I just got to decorate it, make it a home. You're losing your protection. So if somebody comes and kick the door in, he going to jump up and handle that because he's built for it. I'm not built to be in front of him. So when I hear this, it's sad because I was talking to some women about it and they kind of didn't hear that part. They just heard, well, it's just some of the things that you're researching. No, this is what they said. It's called the 4B movement. I didn't create it. This is what they're saying. So why didn't you, if I hear black men are saying we hate black women, our black women, da, 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 I'm speaking out as a black man. Hey, we don't feel that way. Like I hear women say, are men, black men ready to lead? Yes, we're leading. You're just in the way. So you're not meant to be in front of us. You can either walk with us side by side or show support from the back. I don't like that term from the back. You know, no did it. I don't like to, you can follow. Let me just say that. So we have to understand our roles. We shouldn't be lobbying over a feminine and a masculine role. Can women be in charge? Yes. Yes, they can be in charge. But if she's going to be in charge, then she needs to know how to be a leader of men, not just women. Like I tell people, when I hear Michelle Obama speak, I'm locked in. I may not even believe what she is talking about, but I'm locked in the conversation. Why? Because she's very convincing when she speaks. Shout out to Michelle Obama. No disrespect. I have disagreements with the Obamas, with Barack or some of the things she says, but she's very well spoken to where I don't sit there and pick holes about something she says. Either I agree or disagree. No different than me. You're going to either agree with something I'm saying or you're going to disagree. So this feminist movement has torn the black family apart because the average black woman, as I said, is out of her position. So to make a comment like that, the 4Bs, what you're not going to do. Hey, any man that date or deal with those women, make her pay half on the bills, make her cover her expenses, her living, and give her no protection. You see how crazy that sounds? Do you see how crazy that sounds that you're put out there with no protection? Okay, good. You make six figures. You're great. But the minute something happens or a man put their hands on you or you're hurt, oh, black man. Oh, the black man. Black man, you gonna help me, black man? No. Black man over here. We chilling. Oh, black man. I was, this man just snatched me and drug my kids. And okay, sister, I'm sorry that happened, but remember you were with the 4B movement. So we on an island as far as you concerned. Don't make this a me against you, because I'm built to go out there and build huts. There was a program, I forget the name of it, but they put a bunch of men on the island and they put women on the island. And in a week or two, men were building, and they were starting a whole, shoot, they were starting a whole new civilization damn near over there. The women were already about to die. Hadn't built anything. Wasn't hunting. We were made in pairs for a reason. Everything has to have organization, okay? Everything has to be in order. That's all I'm saying. Has to be in order. All right, we're done with that. Now, shout out to my guy. This is entertainment news. Shout out to Mike Tyson. Let me give Mike Tyson a round of applause. Shout out to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson went and got that bag. Tyson went and made, I think it was $20 million to not beat up Jake Paul. That's all it was. To not beat up Jake Paul. I wouldn't have messed that $20 million up. So when people talk, he's old. No, sir. Go look at his training videos. In the ring, he's biting on his gloves because he was like, if I hit this boy, I'm going to blow this 20 million. If I hit him, I'm going to blow this 20 million. Oh, this is ludicrous. I just want to get one lick in on him. Just one lick. Michael's like this. I just want to get one lick in on him, guys. One lick. Let me just. And Jake Paul was like, grabbed him. Hey, don't forget now. We got disclosed in the contract. Shout out to Mike Tyson. Legendary Mike Tyson. I had a chance to kick it with Mike Tyson. He took us out one night, a group I was with called Cache that I was producing. We were in New York. Man, Mike Tyson showed us so much love, loaded us up, and took us out. Shout out to Mike Tyson. That's entertainment news on the $20 million for Mike Tyson. Also, another big shout out to Ben Crump, representing the Malcolm X family in their lawsuit against the government, NYPD, and all who conspired to kill our legendary brother, Malcolm X. Power to the people is all I can say. Benjamin Crump, hey, man, I salute you on that. Salute, brother. That's entertainment. And on some local news, guys, this is disheartening to me. I'm out of Memphis, in case most of you don't know. Tyree Nichols was killed by the Memphis Police Department. I think it was 5 officers. And the Memphis attorneys are trying to do a smear campaign on Tyree Nichols. This is said, I'm reading it to you. Documents filed allege payment strained relationship in Tyree Nichols' civil lawsuit. They're saying that, let me make sure I give it. I don't want to give you somebody. Okay. They said one of the allegations, this is the Memphis city attorneys. Goofballs. Let me just say that. One of the alleged city attorneys made the mother of Nichols' son was paid $400,000 by attorneys for Wales to give up her claim to his estate. It's also said that the woman testified in a deposition saying Nichols was physically abusive to her on a number of occasions. Goes back to a black man not being free even in death. So Tyree Nichols was brutally killed and beat on the streets of Memphis by 5 or 6 rogue officers and a white guy that they let get away, a white officer that they literally let get away. And when he goes to court, it's, hey, he had a strained relationship with his baby mama. He was abusive to her on some occasions, which is alleged. What does it have to do with Tyree Nichols being killed? This is what Black America deals with. So when you ask me, when has America ever been great for Black people? It has not. It has not. It has never been great for black folks. This young man was brutally beat right here in the city of Memphis, where I'm from. I'm ashamed of that act, and was done by black officers. And you get in there and attack this man's credibility, which had nothing to do with him getting beat and killed that night. It's crazy. It's like what's the kid name in Milwaukee? He killed the people at a black protest. He came to Memphis. What's his name? God. I can't. But he shot 3 or 4 people. I think he killed some people, and they said one of the guys was a rapist. But this guy came over. His mother dropped him off with the intent to kill somebody. Well, let me see his name. I got to give you his name on this. Is it Dylan? Man, my head is swapped. But he killed. He went across into his mother dropped him off for him to. He was armed to go kill somebody, in which he had already said, "I wish I could do this or that," and he went to court. Is it Dylan? Man, I can't think of his name. But he went to court, and when I say the judge was on his side, man, I hate when I can't remember names. He killed protesters. Let me get his name, because I want people to understand what I'm talking about. Is it Dylan? This is in Milwaukee, and his court case was literally. It was like the system literally was working for him. Oh my God, I cannot think of his. I'm sorry, Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for just letting me do that. Kyle Rittenhouse went and killed somebody. The judge gave orders not to even look at the videos of Kyle Rittenhouse saying what he wanted to do, which was premeditated. Hey, we're not going to take that into play. We're not going to take that into play. And Kyle Rittenhouse got off. You see the difference? This young white man, Kyle Rittenhouse, was allowed to go to court, and the judge defended him. Tyree Nichols was snatched out of his car illegally, beat to death. He was beaten to death. Broke away and ran. They caught up with him and beat him some more. And when he dies, when it comes time to a settlement, these sorry Memphis city attorneys attack this man's character. This is what it's like to be black in America. That flag means nothing to a free black man, because I know I'm not really free. I'm only free to say what I say until you disagree. And then people say, well, freedom ain't free. Then if you say something, you got to pay for it. Pay for it with who? I have a right to feel the way I want to feel. If you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in to the Terry Podcast. Follow, like, and subscribe on YouTube.